Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to your second spelling lesson of the week. Today's date is Wednesday, the 24th of June, 2020. So this week we've been looking at adding suffixes beginning with vowel letters to words ending in fer, spelled F-E-R. And on the screen you can see all of the words that you've been learning to spell this week. Just a reminder that these words are available on Spelling Shed for you to practice as well. First, a recap on what we covered in our previous session. We looked at stressed syllables and unstressed syllables. Stressed syllables are pronounced slightly louder, for a longer duration, and at a slightly higher pitch than unstressed syllables. We were also using a rule to help us spell words from our list for this week, and that rule is that the R at the end of the root word is doubled if the syllable fer is stressed after adding the suffix to create a new word. Let's look at this again more closely. Here we have our root word confer. And here we have the suffix ing that we're going to add to our root word to make a new word. Conferring. Remember that we're looking at the fer sound within our newly created word to identify whether it is making a long or a short sound. Conferring. Conferring. Hopefully you can hear that it is making a long sound within our new word conferring, which means that it is a stressed syllable. That would mean that this is the incorrect spelling for the word conferring, because if the fer is stressed within our newly created word, we need to double the R before adding our suffix. Well done if you've remembered this. So here we have our root word transfer. Transfer. And here we have our suffix ing that we're going to add to our root word to create a new word. And that word is transferring. Transferring. Here we have two different spellings. Which is the correct one for the word transferring? To help us work this out, we need to look very carefully at the fer sound or syllable within our new word and identify whether it's making a long or a short sound when we say this word out loud. Transferring. Transferring. Is it making a long or a short sound? Transferring. Hopefully, you're able to identify that it was making a long sound within this word, which means that it is a stressed syllable. When adding the suffix ing to the root word transfer, the fer remains stressed within the newly created word, meaning that the R is doubled. So just to recap, because the fer sound within this word transferring is slightly longer than the other syllables within the word, we need to double the R before adding our suffix. Here we have a new root word, referee, and we're going to be adding the suffix ing to the end of our root word. But which of these is the correct spelling of the word refereeing? Again, you can see one has double R and one has a single R. We've just added the suffix to the end of the word. But which is correct? Do we need to double the R before adding the suffix, or can we just add it straight on to the end of our root word? Once again, we're looking carefully at the fer sound within our new word refereeing and trying to identify whether it's making a short or a long sound. Refereeing. Refereeing. What do you think? Hopefully, you're able to identify that it is making a short sound within the word refereeing. So here is our correct spelling. We were able just to add the suffix onto the end of our root word. This is because when we add the suffix ing to the root word referee, the fer is not stressed within the newly created word refereeing, meaning that the R is not doubled. Well done if you got this one correct. Let's take a look at one more. This time our root word is prefer, and we're going to be adding the suffix "ence" onto the end of our root word. This will create a new word, preference. Preference. Again, two spellings. One is correct, one is incorrect. But which is which? Once again, we're going to need to look very carefully at the first syllable or sound within the word preference and identify whether it is making a short or a longer sound within this word. Have a go at saying the word out loud. Pay close attention to the fur sound within this word. Is it making a short or a long sound? Preference. Preference. What do you think? Hopefully, you're able to identify that it is making a short sound within the word preference. We don't hold on to that sound any longer than the other syllables within the word. Because of this, this is our correct spelling for the word preference. When we add the suffix "ence" to the root word prefer, the fur is not stressed within the newly created word, meaning that there is no need to double the R. You may have also remembered from the first session, when we were adding the suffix "ence" to any of our root words, we did not need to double the R. Well done if you did remember this. That's a really easy way to be able to identify whether we need to double the R or not. Your task for today. First of all, I'd like you to write the date and the can I neatly at the top of your page and underline these with a ruler. Your can I today is, can I match each of the words from my spelling list to its correct definition? On the left of your screen, you can see all of the words that you've been learning to spell this week. To the right of this list, you can see lots of different definitions. For your task today, you'll need to match each spelling to its correct definition. It's now time to pause the video to have a go at this task. Once you're finished, remember to come back and click play on this video so that you can check your answers. Pause the video now to have a go at the task. Come back and click play once you're finished. And here we can see all of the correct answers. How did you get on? Were you able to match them up successfully? If you did make any mistakes, correct these now. Remember to take a picture of your work now that you've finished and upload this to Class Dojo so that your teacher can give you some feedback on how well you've done. And that's it for today's session. Bye for now, Year 5 and 6. Take care.